So who you guys leaning to? Who's our vote?
For best player?
Yeah, not best player. For the press box player. Like I said, I'd like to know. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Bridgeforth Field, Winchester, Virginia, home of the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action all summer long tonight. The Winchester Royals take on the first place Strasburg Express. The Express come in winners of 8 of their last 10. They're 17-7, have the second best record in the league, and they lead the Northern Division by 2.5 games over the Purcellville Cannons. With all that being said, they lost their last game out the other night before the entire Northern Division took Thursday and Friday off, and back in action tonight against the Royals. The Royals, well, they've won 3 out of 4, 4 out of 6, and what looked like a very mute point of making the playoffs last week at this time. Still not a real strong possibility, but a whole lot better than it was a week and a half ago. The Royals come into 10-16. They're 8 games behind Strasburg, but only 2.5 games behind Front Royal for the third and final playoff spot. Your standings look like this. Strasburg leads the way, 17-7. Purcellville, they're 14-9, 2.5 back. Front Royal, 12-13, 5.5 back. Those are your 3 playoff teams if they started today. Newmarket's a game behind Front Royal, 6.5 behind Strasburg. They're 11-14. Woodstock, they've lost 4 in a row. They're 10-15, 7.5 out of first. They are 2 behind Front Royal and only half a game ahead of the Winchester Royals, who bring up the rear 10-16, 8 back. Again, 2.5 behind Front Royal. What does that all mean? Well, the Royals have 14 games left. Front Royal has 15 games left. If Front Royal goes 8-7 and finishes 20-20, the Royals would have to finish the season 10-4 just to tie the Cardinals. So the Royals have their work cut out for them over the next 14 games, but it starts with a couple home games tonight against Strasburg, tomorrow night against Woodstock. You win your home games and take your chances on the road and see what happens. Other games on tap for tonight against Strasburg here to take on the Royals. Everybody else playing under the lights. Woodstock's at Front Royal, Purcellville's at Newmarket. Those are your Northern Division games. Down south, it's Waynesboro at Covington, Culpeper at Charlottesville, Stanton is at Harrisonburg. Charlottesville has the best record in the league. They're 18-7, and they lead the Southern Division rather by 3.5 games over the Harrisonburg Turks. Tonight's starting lineups look like this. It looks like we're going to start with 2 umpires, as one is stuck in traffic somewhere, and the decision was made that if we don't start with 2 umpires, it's going to get dark before the game gets over, and we're not going to be able to finish up. So the Strasburg Express going to line up like this. They come in 17-7, first place in the Northern Division, leading it off. The second baseman from the University of Pittsburgh, Anthony LaSala. He'll be followed by Connor Chisholm, center fielder from the University of Mississippi. Cade Carr bats third. He's the designated hitter from Samford University. The left fielder cleanup hitter, Angelo Prito from Sanford. He'll be followed by the number 5 hitter, Eduardo Castilla, the right fielder from San Jacinto College North. Jeremy Garcia, the catcher from Miami-Dade Community College Kendall, will bat 6th. Miles Curley, third baseman from the College of Central Florida, bats 7th. Randy Carlo the 4th, first baseman from the University of Maryland, bats 8th. And the shortstop from UNC Charlotte, Anthony Bianciana, will bat 9th. On the mound, Evan Burt from Virginia Commonwealth takes the mound. He's the right-hander with a record of 2-0 for the Express. He will be making his 7th appearance, making his first start for the Strasburg Express. Again, the Royals 10-16. They're 6th place, 8 games out of first, 2.5 behind Front Royal for that final playoff spot. They got a couple new guys in the lineup tonight, and we'll take a look at their lineup once we honor America at the playing of our national anthem as the Royals just about all introduced to the crowd. So we'll take care of their lineup after we have the playing of the national anthem. Again, the Royals and the Strasburg Express from Bridgeforth Field will get going here momentarily. We're going to step aside as we honor America a couple days after our great nation's birthday with the playing of our national anthem. Royals Express set to do battle from Bridgeforth Field. The two teams have played 4 times so far this season. 5th game of the 8-game season series. The season series so far split 2 games apiece. They will meet 1 week from tonight in Strasburg, then 2 weeks from last night. They will play in Strasburg for the final time in Strasburg, and then Saturday night will come down here and play for the final time in the season at Bridgeforth Field. So they will see each other 4 times over the next 2 weeks, 3 times after tonight. On the mound for the Royals, Drew Lafferty, making his first appearance for the Royals just into town. So the right-hander has no stats to give you, no record. And my understanding, he pitched at Kentucky in the regular year, but is on the move and not going back as far as I'm aware. If the name sounds familiar, it is. It's Austin Lafferty's cousin. Drew takes the mound for the Royals, trying to get them in the win column for the 3rd time in a row. The Royals seeking their first 3-game winning streak of the year. As Lafferty finishes up his warm-up tosses. Again, the Royals have a lot of work to do if they want to continue after the final game of the regular season, which is scheduled for July 23rd at Purcellville. Last home series of the year for the Royals, the 20th and 21st, Strasburg and Woodstock. Same as they have this weekend, as a matter of fact. Strasburg tonight, Woodstock tomorrow night, and they'll do the same thing in 2 weeks when the Express come in on Saturday and the River Bandits come in on Sunday. The Strasburg Express, they are 2 games shy of their allotment for the year. The Royals have made up all their games. Their only makeup game this past Monday. Strasburg has 1 makeup game, and then they need to finish a suspended game against Front Royal, and I don't have this information on hand officially, but if I were a guessing man, I'd say they're going to finish that one up tomorrow night when Front Royal returns to Strasburg to play the suspended game before they play the regular scheduled game. But again, don't hold me to that. That is just a guess. Leading it off Austin LaSalle, the second baseman from the University of Pittsburgh. First pitch grounded to third. Up with it is Brock Keeler, and he will fire on to first in time as the throw pulled Hernandez off the bag, but Jalen able to come off and make the tag for the quick first out of the game. I bring up Connor Chisholm from the University of Mississippi, center fielder. And we've already got, with two umpires, we've already got a dispute. I think the third base coach is saying, well, he came off the bag, and I don't think he saw where the first base umpire said he got him on the tag, and now they're going to discuss this, because I think he definitely came off the bag, but I believe the umpire at first said he got him on the tag on the way by, and that's probably what the question is. And that's what he's saying, yep, well, I guess the umpires are going to discuss it, so if he did not tag him, there's a very good possibility he may be safe here. They're saying he's out, so LaSalle doesn't seem to think that he was tagged as he heads to the dugout. Now we're ready for Connor Chisholm. Chisholm leads the Express with a .356 average, playing in his 16th game, 21 for 51. No home runs, 14 RBIs. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. So one out here in the top of the first as we are just underway. Left-handed hitting Chisholm. The 1-0 from Lafferty. That's fouled into the screen. Count evens up at 1-1. Give you the defensive alignment for the Royals in a pitch or so. The wind, the 1-1. That's downstairs for a ball, 2-1. Out in the outfield, left to right, Coney Derschlag, Shanley Wall, and Marshall Lipsy. The 2-1. That'll miss downstairs, 3-1. The 3-1 lifted towards center field. Wall is going to take a couple steps back and make the catch in center field for out number 2. So quickly 2 outs here in the first. Going to bring up Cade Carr, the designated hitter in this afternoon's game. Batting third, the normal catcher from Samford University. Again, designated hitter for today's game. A .315 hitter playing in his 15th game. 17 for 54, no home runs, 12 RBIs. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Around the infield for the Royals, third to first, Brock Keeler, Connor McGinnis, Jack Mosh, Jalen Hernandez, Christian Amaro behind the plate. Lafferty is 1-1. Foul down the line and out of play. 1-2 the count. Lifted towards center field. That should be easy for Wall, and he'll make the catch in center field to end the inning. So 1, 2, 3 and out for the Express here in the first. Nothing doing. Strasburg 0, Winchester coming to bat. You listen to the Winchester Royals. Being told that former Royals coach and player Steve Sabins is at the ballpark today. Hopefully he'll come up and say hello. Steve just recently named head coach at West Virginia University. And here, watching some baseball. Royals lineup looks like this: 10-16. They're 6th in the North, 8 games out of first. Shanley Wall leads it off, the center fielder from East Strasburg. Cody Dershalag, the left fielder from High Point, playing his first game for the Royals, bat second. Jalen Hernandez, first baseman from Winthrop, will bat third. Austin Lafferty, the designated hitter from the University of Akron, hits cleanup. Connor McGinnis, shortstop from the University of Houston, will bat fifth. Second baseman Jack Moss hitting sixth. Brock Keeler, third baseman from Charleston Southern, will bat seventh. Marshall Lipsy, the right fielder from Florida Atlantic, bats eighth. And Christian Amaro, the catcher from the University of Texas San Antonio, will bat ninth. For the Strasburg Express, Evan Burt making his 7th appearance, first start. He's worked 9 innings, allowed 8 hits, 6 runs. They're all earned, 7 walks, 15 strikeouts. He's 2-0 with a 6.0 earned run average. First pitch to Wall, in there for a strike, 0-1. Wall, one of the 3 offensive all-stars for the Royals, hitting .304, playing in his 24th game. The 0-1 to Wall. That's off the plate. County evens up 1-1. 19 for 23, 1 home run, 12 RBIs. His only home run was the first home run of the season for the Royals, and that was at Strasburg quite a few games ago. The 1-1 downstairs, 2-1 the count. The 2-1 catches the outside corner, 2-2. The umpires that paid to get in disagreed with that one off the plate, but they will be overruled by the man wearing the mask behind the plate. 2-2 the count. Burt comes set to 2-2. That was a better pitch, but called ball 3, so go figure. Speaking of go figure, the Strasburg Express 17-7 leading the Northern Division. 2 of their losses to the last place Winchester Royals. Go figure that one out. 3-2 line toward left field. That's going to dump in for a base hit, and the Royals have their leadoff man on base in the form of Shanley Wall. Took the outside fastball the other way. And Wall, who leads the Royals with 12 stolen bases, on first with nobody out. He's 12 for 15 in stolen bases. That'll bring up Connie Dershalag, the left fielder from High Point, playing in his first game for the Royals. So he has no statistics to give to you. His first at-bat, the Royals' first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Brody Pickett had his first at-bats the other night against Newmarket. He had himself a nice game, going 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs, and the Royals can get that kind of production out of Coney here today. They'd be just fine with that. The 0-1, that's going to miss inside. County evens up at a ball and a strike. My understanding that Dershalag had some injury issues, and it's just why he's just now getting to town. Some things he had to recover from before moving on to summer baseball. The 1-1, grounded toward first, past the diving Carlo into right field. The Royals will have their first 2 guys on, as Wall will go first to third. Up with his Castillo, he'll fire in and hit the cutoff man to keep Dershalag at first. And the Royals in business here in the first as Dershalag picks up his first Valley Baseball League hit. And that'll bring up Jalen Hernandez. Hernandez, the first baseman from Winthrop, potential Royals MPB this season, but those decisions will be made later on in the season. He's a .333 hitter, playing in his 17th game, 21 for 63. No home runs. I'm sorry, that's Gonzalez. I'm reading the wrong guy. That first pitch off the plate for a ball. Let's try that again. Hernandez hitting .322, playing in his 23rd game, 29 for 90. 3 home runs, 18 RBIs. Nobody out. Brooks, nobody out. The 1-0 to Hernandez off the plate for a ball, 2-0. The 2-0 Hernandez as he tries to give the Royals an early lead. That'll miss upstairs, and Bird a pitch away from walking them loaded. Back-to-back singles to start the game for the Royals. They have runners on the corner with nobody out. For Hernandez, who's looking for his team-high 19th RBI of the year. First, or the 3-0 rather, in there for a strike. The last 3-0 pitch a Royals hitter saw was Wednesday night here, and Connor McGinnis hit it over the fence to end the game against Newmarket, the 13-3 victory for the Royals. The 3-1, and that'll miss outside, ball 4. Couple of close pitches that don't go the way of the Strasburg Express, and the Royals have them loaded with nobody out. That'll bring up Austin Lafferty as he tries to give his cousin some offensive support here. Before Lafferty steps in, we're going to have a visit from the Strasburg dugout. We've already had a couple things here in the press box go really bizarre wild as the scoreboard doing a couple things all by itself, and I'm told that we weren't on the air immediately. I'm assuming we are now. At least I haven't been told otherwise. I'd pick my phone up and check, but my phone's holding stuff down that's going to blow away if I pick it up. The entire infield on the mound for the meeting. That'll come to a conclusion. Everybody will return to their positions, and Austin Lafferty will step in with a chance to give his cousin some run support here. Lafferty, a .352 hitter, playing in his 19th game, 19 for 54, no home runs, 13 RBIs. Wall, Hernandez, and Austin Lafferty, your 3 offensive all-stars for the Royals. The other one, William Ross, the pitcher, who will take them out for the Royals tomorrow night against Woodstock. First pitch to Lafferty, lifted toward left field. Prito right there will make the catch, but it should be deep enough to score the run coming down the line and sliding in safely at home. And the Royals have a quick 1-0 lead on the sacrifice fly up the bat of Austin Lafferty. So Lafferty does his job. He puts it in play. Everybody else will hold up. And the last time McGinnis stepped to the plate with runners on first and second, he hit a bomb over the left center field fence to end Wednesday night's game. McGinnis, a .338 hitter, his 18th game, 22 for 65, 1 home run, 15 RBIs. For Lafferty, his 14th RBI of the season. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Royals would love to add on to a 1-0 lead here. The 1-0 lifted toward left center field. Everybody on their horses. Nobody's going to get to it. It's going to go all the way to the fence. Rounding third and coming home is 1 run. Going all the way to third will be Hernandez. And Connor McGinnis splits the outfielders, and one hops it off the fence for a stand-up double. And the Royals jump out to a quick 2-0 lead and are not done yet. I had to hold up because it looked like the wind was going to hold it up and give Prito and Chisholm a chance to crack it down, but neither one of them could catch up to it. Dershowitz scores easily. Hernandez all the way around to third, and now Jack Mosh with a chance to add on to a 2-0 lead. The Royals already with 3 hits here in the game. Mosh, the .304 hitter, his 18th game, 17 for 56, 1 home run, 8 RBIs. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. For McGinnis, his 8th double, 16th RBI on the season for the Royals, and quickly 2-0 Winchester here in the first as they try to take a game from the first place Strasburg Express. The 0-1 fouled out of play, 0-2. Had a pretty good hack at a fastball. Mosh would like to pick up a couple here and give the Royals a nice crooked number in that first inning. Never say die, they said. The Royals have not had a 3-game winning streak all season long. Trying to do that right here. The 0-2. Fisted toward left field. It's going to get past the diving Bianchelon into left field for a base hit. Burt got in on Mosh's hands, but Mosh able to fight it off. and fisted it past the diving infielders for the 4th hit of the inning. 3rd run. McGinnis moves to 3rd. The Royals have runners on 1st and 3rd with still just the 1 out. Give Mosh another RBI, and it's 3-0 Royals. Also give McGinnis and Mosh hits. First pitch fastball in there for a strike, 0-1 for Brock Keeler. Keeler, the third baseman from Charleston Southern. 200 hitter, his 7th game off of the pitch is Mosh, and he'll steal second easily as there's no throw. Again, Keeler's 6th game, he's 4 for 20, no home runs, 5 RBIs. Give Mosh his 4th stolen base of the season. The Royals again 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. And Keeler almost gets hit in the head as he's able to just duck underneath of it. The Royals 4 hits here in the first. The 1-2 tap foul will do it again, 1-2. Keeler just 4 hits on the season, but it seems like all 4 of them were pretty big ones. And a hit here would be a nice feather in the cap of the Royals' third baseman. The 1-2. We went too far on the check swing, and he was hoping it wouldn't get called, but I think he kind of knew it was going to. Keeler down on strikes for out number 2 here in the first. And then bring up Marshall Lipsy. Lipsy from Florida Atlantic, playing in his 11th game, a .214 hitter, 6 for 28. No home runs, 7 RBIs, and the Royals again would like to get 2 more in here with a base hit from Lipsy. And if the Express want to make an error and give him a couple runs, I'm sure they'll take it. First pitch to Lipsy, downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Burt working from the full windup. The runners on 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. The 1-0. Fouled into the screen. Count evens up 1-1. Now he's gone to the stretch. Both teams wearing their version of camouflage jerseys. The Express always have the purple camouflage on the road, so if we have a little bit of trouble getting numbers for you, that's why. The 1-1 in there for strike 1 and 2. Sometimes those numbers hard to read. It looks like the Express's numbers a little bit easier to read than the Royals. They have the all white numbers on the purple background, where the Royals have the red, white, and blue numbers on the green camouflage background. Kind of hard to read sometimes. The 1-2 to Lipsy. That'll miss outside. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Number 2 at the plate. Royals try to add 2 more runs. Drew Lafferty's first game for the Royals. He's gotten 3 runs on the board from his offense to 2-2. Downstairs for a ball, 3-2. And oohing and on as that one didn't miss by much, but it was downstairs. Lots of, as always, fans from Strasburg in their purple gear down the first base line in attendance. The 3-2 to Lipsy. Just misses outside, didn't miss by much. And I'll be honest with you, I think that's been called a strike at some point in the game. I'm not saying it is a strike, but I think it's been called. And for the second time in the inning, the Royals have the bases loaded. And they've batted around now as Christian Amaro will step in. Number 9 hitter, Amaro, the catcher from the University of Texas, San Antonio. Playing his 16th game for the Royals, a .231 hitter, 9 for 39, 1 home run, 12 RBIs. And again, the Royals have left the bases loaded numerous times this year. They'd like to see a couple more come in before they finish the inning. The first pitch to Amaro. That's grounded sharply towards second base. Diving stop by LaSalle. He'll get up and fire on to first. Amaro hit it hard, but a nice play by LaSalle to keep it from going into right field. And the Royals will finish the inning with 3 runs on 4 hits. There were no express errors, and the Royals leave them loaded. Your score after 1 complete is Winchester 3, Strasburg 0. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the second. The Royals lead it 3-0. Drew Lafferty goes 1, 2, 3. His first inning as a Royal, and then his offense gets him 3 runs. Angelo Prieto will lead it off, the left fielder from Sanford. No, the 0-1 misses downstairs. Count evens up 1-1. Prieto, a .239 hitter, his 12th game, 11 for 46, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. The 1-1 from Lafferty, that'll miss downstairs, 2-1. The 2-1 swung on and missed, 2-2. Swung on and missed, and Prieto down on strike. So a nice start to Drew Lafferty's Royals career. That'll bring up Eduardo Castillo, the right fielder from San Jacinto College North. Castillo, a .273 hitter, his 13th game, 12 for 44, no home runs, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs. The Express as a team, 21 home runs, led by that pitch fouled down the line. Dershowitz going to give it a look, and he is going to run out of room as it'll drop in the Royals bullpen. Castillo made a bid for another home run, but it stayed in the ballpark and then dropped in the Royals bullpen. Kyle Edwards leads the Express with 6 home runs. He's not in the lineup in this afternoon's ball game. 0-2 the count on Castillo. 1 out here, top of the second. Royals lead it 3-0. The 0-2 swung on and missed, and Castillo down on strikes. So Lafferty with 2 strikeouts here in the inning. And that'll bring up Jeremy Garcia. Garcia, the catcher from Miami-Dade Community College Kendall. A .279 hitter, his 17th game, 18 for 61, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. This one chopped towards short. Up with it is McGinnis. He will set his feet and fire on to first. And another 1-2 inning for the Royals starter Drew Lafferty. Nothing doing for the Express here in the second. Your score after 1.5. Winchester 3, Strasburg nothing. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Evan Burt back to the mound for the Strasburg Express, and he'll have to wait for his catcher to get out there to get his tosses going here to start the second inning. He'll be right back to the top of the order for the Royals. Shanley Wall will lead it off. The Royals 3 runs on 4 hits in the first inning. They were helped along with a walk, well, actually a couple of walks. The second walk didn't hurt him as he was stranded at first as he walked with 2 outs in front of the Christian Amaro ground ball to end the inning. Now Garcia, who made the last out of the inning, will take his place on the field, and we'll go to work here in the bottom of the second after Burt finishes his warm-up tosses. The top of the Royals order, and they'd like to keep this offense going. See if they can't add to a 3-0 lead here in the early goings of this matchup between Northern Division rivals. Wall in the first inning scored his 20th run of the season, which leads the Royals. Next closest is 16 by Mosh, Gonzalez, and Hernandez. Gonzalez not in the lineup here this afternoon. First pitch to Wall. Grinded right back up the middle. That's going to get under the glove and into center field for a base hit. Burt reached down, but didn't reach down far enough as it went under his glove and into center field. So Wall 2 for 2 here in the early going, and that'll bring up Durslag, who singled his first at-bat as a Royal. And let's see what the Royals do here with a 3-0 lead and nobody out with the newest Royals hitter at the plate. Did not put Wall in motion in the first inning. Let's see if they get him going. The Royals 57 stolen bases as a team, which we know is at least third in the division, as Strasburg as a team has 80. I think Front Royal, it was one of the either Front Royal or Newmarket had 67. Team that the Royals played earlier this week. I don't have it right here in front of me. I can't remember if it was Newmarket or Front Royal. The 1-0 to Coney is fouled off. Count evens up 1-1. Wall has made no indication that he's thinking about taking the bag. 1-1, nobody out, top or bottom of the second rather. Burt has his sign. He'll check the runner at first. The 1-1. That's in there for a strike. 1-2. The Royals this season 6-6 at home. They're 4-10 on the road. They have 8 home games left, 6 left on the road. So you figure you got to win the home games and hopefully split the road games and maybe find yourself in the playoff spot. The 1-2. Tap fouled on the third base side. We'll do it again. 1-2. 5 hits through just over an inning of work for the Royals so far here this afternoon. Durslag settles in. The 1-2 from Burt. That'll miss high and away. Count evens up 2-2. No signs given, so if Wall's going, he's on his own. Burt shakes off a couple signs. Now he has one he likes, the 2-2. Grounded towards short, backhanded. No, it's going to get past the shortstop into left field. We'll see how they score, but Wall's going to go all the way to third. Good base running there. Biachina tried to backhand it, and it got under his glove into left field. I think he probably tried to throw it before he gloved it and didn't glove it. Let's bring up Jalen Hernandez. Hernandez has yet to have an at-bat. He walked his first time, came around to score, and they're going to give him a hit. So Durslag, his second hit as a Royal, 2 for 2 as a Valley Baseball League player. And the first pitch to Hernandez lifted towards center field. Chisholm will come on. He'll make the catch. He'll fire to the plate. The Wall is coming all the way in, and the throw is going to be up the third baseline and one hop in. So Hernandez will drive in run number 4 with a center fly to center field. Hernandez didn't hit it real deep, but Wall's speed able to get him in. So Lafferty will step in, and the Royals add on to a 3-0 lead and now lead it 4-0. Durslag stays at first, and now with one out, Austin Lafferty, who's drove in a row the sacrifice fly in the first pitch, and this one driven down the line, but that'll be fouling out of play beyond the Strasburg bullpen. There is a right-hander up getting loose in Strasburg's bullpen. Lafferty again trying to help his cousin out here with some offensive firepower. The 0-1 to Lafferty. Tying away 1-1. 6 hits through an inning and a third for the Royals. The 1-1 to Lafferty. That'll miss inside, 2-1. And the Strasburg dugout apparently not happy with the call as the home plate umpire puts his hand up to the dugout saying, "I've heard enough, that'll be it." The 2-1 popped it up, but that's going to be out of play. Count evens up 2-2. And there have been some borderline pitches that have not gone the Express's way. That wasn't one of them. That pitch was stayed up and it was inside. But there have been some pitches that I could see where they'd be a little miffed about. The 2-2. Driven towards center field. Chisholm will range over and make the catch in right center field. Lafferty put Goodwood on it, but it stayed up in the air for Chisholm. The wind held it up a little bit. That'll bring up Connor McGinnis, who doubled off the left center field fence for an RBI double his first time up. Royals in the top and the bottom of the second already have two guys with 2 hits. McGinnis trying to become the third. And that won't do it as he's going to lift it up towards center field. Chisholm coming on, and he will settle under it and make the catch in center field. So the Royals, back-to-back singles to start the inning, will pick up a run on 2 hits. There were no express errors and a runner left on base. Your score after 2 complete. Winchester 4, Strasburg nothing. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the third. Royals lead it 4-0 over the first place Strasburg Express. The Express still looking for their first base runner. We'll send 7, 8, 9 up to face Drew Lafferty here. Curly, Carlo, 7, 8, and 9. As Lafferty has retired the first 6 hitters he's faced here in the ball game. Miles Curley, third baseman from the College of Central Florida, playing in his 6th game, a .263 hitter, 5 for 19, no home runs, 6 RBIs. Curley listed on the roster as a pitcher. He's also appeared in 6 games on the mound, all in relief, as the first pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Lafferty comes set, the 1-0. Grounded towards second base. Mosh up with it. He'll set his feet, fire on to first in time. And Curley down 4-3. Randy Carlo, the 4th, from the University of Maryland. Carlo, a .255 hitter, his 16th game, 13 for 51, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. First pitch to Carlo. Slider in there for a strike, 0-1. Lafferty sets his 0-1. That's going to be rocked into left field for a base hit. So Carlo will pick up the first hit of the game for the Express, and they have a 1-out base runner here in the third. Anthony Bianchino will stand in. Shortstop from UNC Charlotte. A .160 hitter, his 12th game, 4 for 25, no home runs, 3 RBIs. Left-handed hitting shortstop. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Lafferty comes set. He'll check the runner. The 1-0. Line toward the shortstop over McGinnis's head into left field. So back-to-back 1-out hits from the 8 and 9 hitters here in the Strasburg order. And they've got a little something going here with 1 out. That'll take us back to the top of the order for Anthony Losada. He ground out to 6-3 his first time up. He's playing in his 13th game, a .220 hitter, 9 for 41, 1 home run, 6 RBIs. First pitch to La Sala. It's in there for a strike, 0-1. And I wouldn't be shocked if there was some chirping from the Strasburg dugout saying that was a ball last half inning, because it was. The 0-1 to La Sala. That'll miss and go all the way to the backstop. Amaro can't find it. Now he tracks it down, and everybody's going to move up 90 feet on the wild pitch. So now the Express a base hit away from cutting the lead in half. Lafferty will check the runners. The 1-1 grounded towards second base. The Royals will concede the run. Mosh will backhand it and throw on to first in time. And it's a good thing the Royals, and of course up 4-0, you're not going to pull the infield in anyway, but it's a good thing the Royals didn't, because if they bring the guys in, that's going to get into center field and 2 runs are going to score. So Carlo will score to make it 4-1. Chisholm will hit now. He flew to center his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Yeah, the runner moves to third, and he's there now with 2 outs for Chisholm. First pitch downstairs for a ball. 1-0, and Lafferty would like to slam the door on the inning and keep the Royals up 3 here. The 1-0 to Chisholm. Lifted towards center field. Wall is going to track over in the alley, and he'll make the catch as it'll hang up for him, and Chisholm will fly to center field for the second time here this afternoon. The Express will pick up 1 run on 2 hits. Royals commit no errors, and there is a runner left on base. Your score after 2.5 is now Winchester 4, Strasburg 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. The Strasburg Express will go to the bullpen. Evan Burt's night is over. He goes 2 innings. He cannot win it. On to pitch for the Express is Jim Wigo. They list Jim Wigo as a 6'7" left-hander from Monmouth. And the guy on the mound is definitely not left-handed. So we will assume that it's Wigo, and they just listed him on the roster as throwing with the wrong arm. But Wigo takes over for Burt. Wigo on the season for the Express, making, well, it also says Wigo has pitched 6 games, but they all were starts. So I guess there's a possibility that a Strasburg relief pitcher forgot his jersey and he's wearing Wigo's, but for now we'll say it's Wigo. Okay, it is not. Okay, that's exactly what happened. The wrong jersey is being worn, so it is not Jim Wigo. It is Gavin Lill, who's number 35 normally from the University of Pittsburgh. So Gavin Lill is the new Strasburg pitcher. The first pitch to Jack Mosh, who's 1 for 1, and now almost 2 for 2 as he lines it right to Carlo at first. So he hit it hard, but right to the Strasburg first baseman. I thought there was something wrong as Wigo listed as a left-hander. Gavin Lill making his 10th appearance all in relief. He's worked 14 2/3 innings, allowed 9 hits, 5 runs. 4 of those are earned. He's walked 13, struck out 18. He has no record, does have 1 save, an earned run average of 2.45. Gavin Lill, the new pitcher for the Express. That slider in there for a strike. 0-1. So we'll put him down as wearing number 23 because that's what he's wearing, and we'll know when they make another pitching change. The 0-1 from Lill off the plate for a ball, 1-1. And with the confusion on the new pitcher, haven't had a chance to total up Bert's numbers yet. He goes 2 innings, allows 4 runs. They're all earned. 2-1 the count now on Keeler, who struck out his first time up. The 2-1 fouled out of play. The count evens up 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the third. Royals lead at 4-1. The 2-2 slider will miss down and away. Count runs full, 3-2. Payoff pitch due to Brock Keeler. Swung on and missed, and Keeler down on strikes. That bring up Marshall Lipsy. Lipsy walked his first time. First pitch from Lill to Lipsy. Swung on and missed, 0-1. Burt goes 2 innings, allows 4 runs. They're all earned. 6 hits, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. And barring a Strasburg rally, he will be credited with the loss here this afternoon. The 0-1 drops downstairs for a ball, 1-1, but there is a long way to go before that decision's made. And again, the new pitcher, right-hander Gavin Lill from the University of Pittsburgh. The 1-1. That'll miss upstairs. 2-1. Lill has this sign, the wind, the 2-1. Swung on. He tried to pull it up, and he could not. 2-2 the count. Good breaking ball there. Good hard breaking ball from Lill. Lill's come on to try to settle things down a little bit for Strasburg, and he's retired the first 2 guys he's faced. He's 2-2 on Lipsy, and he strikes Lipsy out. So the Express go to the bullpen, and it works out just fine for him here in the third. The Royals up and down in order. Nothing doing. Your score after 3. Winchester 4, Strasburg 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 4th. Royals lead at 4-1. Drew Lafferty back to the mound. He's allowed 1 run on 2 hits through his first 3 innings as a Winchester Royal. Trying to make that 4-run lead hold up. It's now a 3-run lead. He'll face 3, 4, 5 here in the 4th. Carr, Prito, and Castilla. Lafferty finishes up his warm-up tosses here. The throw down to second. We're ready to go for inning number 4 here from Bridgeforth. Mark Sonnen the call for this game this afternoon. Easy for me to say. Cade Carr, he leads it up. He's 0 for 1. He flew to center his first time up. Both these teams back in action tomorrow night. Both teams return home to play. First pitch swung on and missed to go. He did go. I thought he did. The home plate umpire made no indication, but the check down the line, and it does confirm that it's 0-1. The line, the 0-1. Fouled out of play, nothing in 2. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Royals. A run, 2 hits, no errors for the Express. The 0-2 in the dirt for a ball, 1-2. The Royals this week, starting Monday, their 4th game of the week, and they have yet to make an error in those 4 games, which has gone a long way, and why they've won 2 of the 3. The 1-2, and that'll miss downstairs and go all the way to the backstop. 2-2 the count. The Royals again, they won 2 out of 3 going into the All-Star break, so they've won 4 of their last 6. The 2-2 to inch back into the playoff conversation, though they've still got a long way to go. They've still got to pass 3 teams to get there. And we already talked about what they got to do if Front Royal plays 500 baseball the rest of the way. Not going to be an easy task, but as they say, one game at a time. The 2-2. Grounded toward short into center field for a base hit as McGinnis couldn't catch up with it. And it'll be a leadoff hit for Cade Carr, 3rd hit of the game for the Express. And they are back to work here in the 4th. Let's bring up Angelo Perito. Struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Carr down at first. He's a catcher. He is 3 for 3 in stolen bases on the season. Downstairs for a ball, and he gets away from Amaro, but no advancement from Carr. The wind picking up and blowing in straight from left field now. So anybody thinking about getting one over that scoreboard, it's going to take a big boy hack to get it done. The 1-0 swung on to miss. He threw a fastball by him. Count evens up 1-1. Carr at first. He picked up the 3rd hit of the game for Strasburg as they try to get a little bit closer here in the 4th. The 1-1. Slider down and away. 2-1 the count. And again, Lafferty just into town, making his first start for the Royals' first appearance. So you don't know when he last pitched and what he's done in the meantime, how much stamina he has in him. The 2-1 tap foul at the plate, 2-2 the count, and how long they're planning on going with him here this afternoon. Both these teams in action tonight, tomorrow night, off on Monday, then back in action on Tuesday, and the Royals off again on Wednesday. Swung on and missed, and Prieto down on strikes for the 2nd time here this afternoon. So with a few off days mixed in there, you would think the Royals could dip into the bullpen if necessary here. Again, you got tonight and tomorrow night off night game, and then another off night. So you're off 2 of the next 5 nights. First pitch misses outside, 1-0, and Castillo shaking his head like, no, that wasn't a strike. Don't you think about calling it a strike? And he didn't. 1-0, 1 out. Top of the 4th. Lafferty comes set, the 1-0. Grounded toward 3rd. Keeler backhands it. He lost his footing, but he was able to throw on to 2nd for 1. On to 1st. Not going to be in time. Castillo getting down the line in good shape, and I don't know if Keeler is able to roll it over even if he keeps his footing. He backhanded and kind of stumbled a little bit, but made a strong throw to 2nd to retire Carr 5-4. And then Castillo getting down the line in good shape, beats it out for the fielder's choice, and he's there now with 2 outs for Garcia. First pitch to Garcia downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Garcia 0 for 1. He grounded to short his first time. Lafferty trying to work around a leadoff single. The 1-0 to Garcia, swung on and missed. Good hard fastball on the inside part of the plate. Garcia swung through it. Count evens up 1-1. Lafferty comes set. Takes a look at the runner at first, the 1-1. Downstairs, 2-1. Two outs here in the fourth. Lafferty has yet to walk a hitter. In fact, he's only allowed 3 base runners at 2-1. That's downstairs, and that's going to get away from Amaro, and it'll go as the second wild pitch charged to Lafferty. And now he's gone 3-1 on Garcia. Lafferty checks the runner, his 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. He threw a fastball by him again. Count runs full, 3-2. Payoff pitch due to Jeremy Garcia as he's trying to drive in the second run of the game for the Express and get them to within 2. Checks to the runner, the 3-2. Popped it up, should be easy. Mosh goes out. Coming in is Lipsy. Mosh is calling him off, and Mosh will make the catch as he drifts away from the infield. Probably been an easier play for Lipsy, but Mosh takes it to end the inning. For the Express here in the fourth, no runs a hit, no errors, a runner left. Your score after 3.5 remains Winchester 4, Strasburg 1. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Royals lead it 4-1. Gavin Little back to the mound for the Express. He retired Winchester in order in the third with a couple of strikeouts. First hitter Jack Mosh hit him hard, hit a line drive to the first baseman. He struck out the next 2 guys. He'll face 9-1-2 here in the fourth. The Royals hoping that they don't fall into that pattern where they have a good offensive start to the game and then throw it neutral and don't score anything the rest of the way. Because Strasburg's not 17-7 for no reason. They can put some runs on the board, and I don't know that 4 is going to be enough here this afternoon. But we got a long way to go to figure that out. Christian Amaro will lead it off. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to second, his only time up. As Garcia, who again made the last out, just now getting to the field after getting his equipment put on. Lil will finish his warm-up tosses. We'll have the throw down to second, and we're ready to go. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Royals. A run, 3 hits, no errors for the Express. Bottom of the fourth. Amaro, the left-handed hitting catcher. And that wind blowing in with some authority from left field. Right into our face. The first pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-0. The Express got their run after their 8 and 9 hitters reached base in the third with 1 out, and the Royals like to see their bottom part of the order get on base here and see if they can't get a couple runs. Upstairs for a ball, 2-0. Wednesday night in their 13-3 win over Newmarket. The Royals 8 and 9 hitters on base all night long, leading to several runs for the Royals at a 13-3 victory. The 2-0 grounded foul down the first base side, and they'll roll down the fence line toward the Strasburg bullpen, where one of the guys down there looks like one of their catchers are going to come out and retrieve the baseball. 2-1 the count on Amaro. That'll miss outside. We're 3-1. Royals benefit of 2 walks in the first inning. One of them came around to score. They'll wind the 3-1, and Amaro will take it upstairs for ball 4. So after retiring the first 3 he faced in the third, he'll walk the leadoff hitter in the fourth. And we'll see what the Royals do here. They have 6 hits on the game. The next 2 guys have 4 of them. Shanley Wall, 2 for 2. He scored twice. First pitch to Wall in there for a strike, 0-1. And something has blown into my eye, so I'm more blind now than I usually am. The set from Lil, the 0-1. That'll miss upstairs, 1-1. Amaro, the catcher, down at first. Not a big stolen base threat. He's 0 for 1 in stolen bases. That's lined into right field for a base hit. Amaro's going to hold up at second. The Royals, again, have their first 2 guys on base here to start the fourth. It's the 3rd time in 4 innings the Royals have had their first 2 guys reach base. They did in the first and the second. And that'll bring up Connie Derschlag. Connie Derschlag, and he's 2 for 2 in his Royals career. And a base hit here could very well pick up his first RBI as a Royal. Walls picked up 3 of the Royals' 7 hits, 2 of them going to Derschlag. And the Royals trying to add to a 4-1 lead here in the fourth. Fastball upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Derschlag in the middle of the order. In there for a strike. Count evens up 1-1. Lil checks the runners, the 1-1. That's downstairs, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody out. Runners on first and second. Royals lead at 4-1. Trying to add on here. Lil checks Amaro at second, the 2-1. That'll miss outside. The count goes 3-1. And I'm sure the home crowd is perfectly fine with Jalen Hernandez coming to the bat with the bases loaded, nobody out. The 3-1, and that's exactly what's going to happen as he walked him. So 2 walks and a base hit here in the inning. The Royals have the bases loaded for the 3rd time in 4 innings. They did it twice in the first. And now Hernandez, who already has 1 RBI here this afternoon, chance to pick up his first hit and put another dent. See if he can't add some more runs on there. Hernandez leads the Royals with 19 RBIs, and he'd certainly like to add to that number. He also leads the Royals with 29 hits. Did I mention quite possibly the Royals MVP this season? He leads the Royals in hits, home runs, RBIs, and for good measure, he is tops in the team with hit by pitches. Second in the team in runs scored. Second the team in at-bats behind Wall. The meeting on the mound is over. Hernandez will step in. Amaro at third, Wall at second, Derschlag at first. Nobody out. 4-1 Winchester. First pitch to Hernandez. Slider in there for a strike, 0-1, and he was certainly looking first pitch fastball, and he didn't get it, so he was taking that one. The 0-1 to Hernandez. That'll miss inside, evens the count 1-1. And there is a tall young man leaving the Strasburg dugout and heading to the bullpen in a hurry. Looks like he has a water bottle but no glove. His glove may already be in the bullpen. The 1-1 downstairs for a ball, 2-1. No place to put him. Now Hernandez a chance to sit on a pitch and look for something he can drive here. Big deep breath from Jalen Hernandez. Big moment in the ball game for the Royals and the Express. Winchester trying to tag some on. Lil sets the 2-1. That'll miss outside. Oh, they called it a strike on the outside corner. Looked like it was out and low, and Hernandez didn't like the call. And we've seen some borderline calls made this afternoon, usually on that corner, but that one looked to be a little bit outside. The count 2-2 now to Hernandez. The 2-2. That's fisted towards second base, and it's going to be off the glove of Carlo. Nobody's going to get to it. Everybody's going to be safe. I think if Carlo lets it go, Salia gets it to it, and Hernandez will be out 4-3. But Carlo made the diving effort. It was off his glove, and he tipped it away from everybody. It'll go as an infield base hit for Hernandez, and the Royals are going to get the run back that they gave up. Amaro scores, and the Royals up 5-1 now, and still have the bases loaded and nobody out. Tap foul toward the Strasburg dugout. 0-1. It'll be the first hit for Hernandez, his second RBI of the game. Wall to third, Durslag to second, and Lafferty, who is 0-for-1 with an RBI hits, takes a fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-2. 8th hit of the game for the Royals. Certainly way too early to say they got a chance to break this one open here, but certainly a chance to make a statement. That'll miss as it slipped out of his hand and went over Lafferty's head, and a nice job by Garcia to keep that from going to the backstop. A ball and 2 strikes to Austin Lafferty. Looking for his first hit of the game, but has been productive so far. The 1-2 lined into left field for a base hit. 1 run's going to score. They're going to hold everybody else up, and the Royals going station to station. Lafferty's first hit, second RBI, and the Royals still have the bases loaded with nobody out. Wall scores his 3rd run of the game. A 1-2 hanging breaking ball, and Lafferty lined into left. Durslag to third, Hernandez to second, Lafferty to first, and now Connor McGinnis, who homered here the other night, with a chance for a big number as he takes a fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. He doubled off the left field fence for an RBI in the first. He's 1 for 2. It's now 6-1 Royals. The 0-1 misses downstairs. Count evens 1-1. Right-hander getting loose in the Strasburg bullpen. Gavin Lill trying to work out of a major jam here in the 4th. Royals have them loaded with nobody out. They've already scored twice. The 1-1. That'll miss inside and almost hit him. 2-1. Royals already batted around in the first inning. Threatening to do it again here in the 4th. The 2-1. Grounded sharply to first. Up with it is Carlo. He's going to run over and tag the bag. He's going to look at all the other bases, but will not make another throw. So McGinnis will ground out 3 unassisted, but it'll be good enough to drive in Durslag, who scores his 2nd run as a Royal. Give McGinnis his 2nd RBI. And it's now 7-1 for Jack Mosh, who singled and drove in a run in the first. He's also lined to first. 1 for 2. 2 runners on still, and the chance for Mosh to drive in a couple here. First pitch to Mosh, that'll miss outside. 2-1. Hernandez drives in his 20th of the year. Lafferty drives in his 15th of the year. The 1-0 to Mosh catches the outside corner. 1-1. And McGinnis drives in his 16th of the year. McGinnis his 17th. All three of those guys 2 RBIs on the game. The 1-1 to Mosh as he's trying to pick up his second RBI. Lifted down the left side. Coming over is Prito, but he's going to run out of room as it'll hit the warning track and bounce into the Royals bullpen. 1-2 the count. As the Royals tried to add on to a 7-1 lead. They scored 3 times in the first, once in the second, and 3 times here in the fourth, but they're not done yet. Runners on second and third with just 1 out. We talked about the Royals keeping the offense in gear, and they've done that so far here tonight. 7 runs on 9 hits. We've played less than 4 innings. The 1-2 to Mosh. That'll miss and go all the way, and that's off the glove, and Garcia thought he had it in his glove, and it bounced away, but not far enough for Hernandez to come in from third, as Lil did a nice job of covering up and pointing the ball out to Garcia. It's another breaking ball that slipped out of his hand and almost went to the backstop, but Garcia threw the glove on it and kept it in the field of play. Now the 2-2 to Mosh. Grounded towards second base. LaSalle up with it. He'll fire on to first. It'll be another RBI for Jack Mosh. So a 4-3 ground out. But Mosh drives in a runner. And we're going to have a pinch hitter for Brock Keeler. Keeler 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Landon Bruce will hit. Bruce from San Jacinto College North. Playing in his 13th game, a 167 hitter, 5 for 30, no home runs, 5 RBIs. Right-handed hitting middle infielder. Slider in there for a strike, 0-1. And we'll see if he plays third or if the Royals move McGinnis to third and he goes to short. Cross that bridge when we get there in the top of the inning. The 0-1 to Bruce. In there for a strike, 0-2. So quickly 2 breaking balls and Landon Bruce down to the count. The 0-2. Slider down and away, 1-2. 8 runs on 9 hits for the Royals. The last couple have come in on RBI groundouts. That's getting them on, getting them over, and getting them in. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. He took a fastball right down the middle, and he is gone on strikes. But the Royals will pick up 3 more runs on 3 more hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. Your new score after 4 complete is Winchester 8, Strasburg 1. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Couple changes for the Royals as we go to the 5th. They'll make a change on the mound. Taking over for Lafferty will be number 25, Sam Davies. Davies, the right-hander from St. Joseph University. Davies making his second appearance, both in relief. He's worked 3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, no walks, 3 strikeouts, no record, earned run average of 3.30. And Landon Bruce will stay in the game to play third. Drew Lafferty goes 4 innings. He cannot get the win, does not go the allotted 5. So he goes 4, allows 1 run. It's earned, 3 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. He did throw 2 wild pitches. And again, will not get a decision here this afternoon as Sam Davies takes over for the Royals here in the 5th. Miles Curley will lead it off, 7-8-9 to hit for Strasburg here in the 5th. They're down 8-1 now. First pitch from Davies to Curley. He grounded out his first time. Slider misses down and away, 1-0. Again, the Royals right back here tomorrow night to take on the Woodstock River Bandits, who have lost 4 in a row. So a win tonight and a win tomorrow night. And lo and behold, the Royals might have passed that first team they need to pass to get in the playoff race, the 1-0 rather. And that's lined off the glove of Landon Bruce. Welcome to the game, Landon. As that ball was scorched, a one-hopper off his glove into left field for a base hit. So Curley picks up his first hit of the game, 4th hit for the Express. And then bring up Randy Carlo. Carlo singled, scored the only run of the game for the Express. 1 for 1 of the runs scored. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Again, the wind blowing in with some authority from left field. The 1-0 downstairs for a ball, 2-0. And last thing you want to do with an 8-1 lead is come into the game and start throwing balls. Fill the zone up and make them hit the baseball and put your defense to work, especially when it's 102 degrees on an AstroTurf field. The 2-0 to Carlo. Slider in there for a strike, and count goes to 2-1. You look at the umbrellas out here this afternoon, you'd think it was raining, but there is not a cloud in sight. The sun beating down like nobody's business. The 2-1. That slider just misses. Count goes 3-1. He doesn't give the corner on that side of the plate like he does on the inside part of the plate, which is the outside, to a left-hander. The 3-1. Off with the pitch is the base runner, and he'll foul it off at the plate. And Curley will have to come back as he was off and running on the 3-1 pitch. So the Express down 7 runs here in the 5th. Putting the base runner in motion. See what they do here. 3-2, nobody out. Davies comes set, the 3-2. Lifted towards center field. Wall going back on it. Now he'll settle underneath of it and make the catches. The wind will hold that up for him. Carlo didn't get all of it. And the wind made it easy for Wall to track it down in center field for out number 1. They'll bring up Bianchino, the shortstop. He's 1 for 1, singled his first time up. One of the 4 hits, and the Royals would like to see him hit a ground ball at somebody here. Now that outside corner has gone away from the umpires. That pitch misses outside, 1-0. Davies will come set, the 1-0. Downstairs, and nice job by Amaro to knock it down. And looks like the umpire may have been hit somewhere along the line as that ball hit the dirt, and he was diving out of the way because it was coming at him with some authority. 2-0 the count. That'll miss outside, 3-0. Curly bluff going from first, but now 3-0. You got to believe he's going to shorten up a step. The Express are all about taking a couple free base runners here if they're going to get them. The 3-0, and that'll miss way outside off of Morrow's glove. Curley will round the bag, but it's not going to get a far enough away for any further movement. A 4-pitch walk to the number 9 hitter. And the bottom third of the order come through again for the Express as the first 2 of 3 get on base, and back to the top of the order for La Sala, who is 0 for 2, but he drove in the only run of the game with an RBI ground out to Jack Mosh. So a hit and a walk, and the Express a couple runners on as they try to get a little bit closer here in the 5th. Checks the runners, the first pitch. That's in there for a strike, 0-1. 8 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Royals. A run, 4 hits, no errors for the Express. We're in the top of the 5th. As always, afternoon baseball here at Bridgeforth. Everybody else under the lights tonight. The 0-1 to La Sala. Down and away, count evens 1-1. Davies will come set, the 1-1. That's going to be rifled right up the middle in the center field for a base hit. Wall up with it. He'll come and he'll cut the runner off going to third. So he'll concede Curley coming home, and he'll stop Bianchina from going to third. And La Sala hits it. Rockets it right up the middle for a base hit. Give him his second RBI of the game, and Curley scores to make it 8-2. And the Express runners on first and second with 1 out now as they get a little bit closer. Still just 1 out for Chisholm, who is 0 for 2 with a couple flyouts to center field. There's that outside corner borderline strike to give Davies a head in the count here, 0-1. The 0-1. Runners off with the pitch. That ball's lifted toward right field. It's going to be in for a base hit. The hit and run, and Chisholm will drop it into right field right in front of Lipsy. Give him a hit and an RBI, and the Express get a little bit closer as La Sala goes all the way around to third. Chisholm stops at first. And another run scores to make it 8-3, and we'll have another visit from the Royals dugout to have a chat with Davies as 4 of the first 5 guys he has faced here in this inning have gotten on base. The Express came into the inning with 3 hits on the game. They have 3 hits in this inning. And oh, by the way, now they're in the middle of their lineup, 3, 4, 5 to hit with nobody out and runners on the corners. Still just the 1 out. Cade Carr, he is 1 for 2. Royals still looking for that ground ball to get out of the inning. First pitch slider in there for a strike, 0-1. Davies comes set, his 0-1. Runner off from first, and it's going to be high behind the back and off the glove of Amaro, and another run's going to score. So give Chisholm a stolen base as he was off with the pitch. And La Sala is going to score on the wild pitch to make it 8-4. And just like that, the Express have cut the lead in half and still have a runner in scoring position now with just the 1 out. The 1-1 That's in there for a strike, 1-2. The 1-2 to Carr. Runner heads to third. Foul down the right first base line. Hernandez is going to race over and run out of room as it'll bounce on the other side of the fence. And Chisholm had third stolen, but Carr fouled the ball out of play. The 1-2 to Carr. Davies just looking for an out somewhere right now. Swung on and missed. He went too far, and he's going to get away from Amaro, and he's going to have to throw it down to first, and he launched it down the line. Amaro had more time than he thought he did, and he just unloaded it and launched it down the line, and what should have been out number 2 for the Royals here in the inning turns into a throwing error. And Carr's going to get all the way to third, or I'm sorry, to second. Chisholm will come to third. So it's going to be a K, wild pitch, and an E2 to allow the runners to move up. And that's going to be the end of the night for Sam Davies, as the Royals brain trust has seen enough and they'll make the move here. He will go just 1/3 of an inning, though he had no luck there as the throwing error puts runners on. So he gives up 3 hits, 1 walk, 2 wild pitches, did not hit any batters, no home runs or balks. The runners on base are his responsibility. So far he's given up 3 runs, and we'll see how that error plays into it here. Definitely should be 2 outs to the runner at second base instead of runners on second and third. Davies cannot win it, cannot lose it. And we'll see who the new pitcher is for the Royals. 33's what we're being told. Reed Bauer on to pitch for the Royals. Bauer, right-hander from Stephen F. Austin, another new Royals pitcher. Reed Boyer, not Bauer, Reed Boyer, making just his second appearance. He's worked an inning and a third, 1 hit, no runs, walked 1, no strikeouts, no record, no earned run average. Becomes the 3rd pitcher of the game for the Royals. So Bauer, the hitter, Bauer, the new Royals pitcher. The hitter will be Prito, who's 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. And all of a sudden, that 8-1 lead has shrunk to 8-4. Base hit makes it 8-6, and all of a sudden, that nice, comfortable lead the Royals had is slipping away. As we're only here in the 5th inning in the Express. Did I mention that they're 17-7 for a reason? Prito, the hitter, he's 0 for 2. A big error on the Royals standing at second base. Instead of there being 2 outs and a runner at second, there's 1 out and runners on second and third now. And the wind picking up in a big way as the first pitch from Boyer. Bauer inside for a ball. The 1-0 grounded towards short. They're going to go to third, and they're going to get the runner at third as the base running mistake by the Express. As Carr had the play right in front of him, the ground ball right to the Royal shortstop McGinnis, and he simply picked it up and threw it to third to retire Carr. So that's 6-5 for out number 2. Prieto will be credited with an RBI and a fielder's choice as Chisholm scores to make it 8-5, but a big base running mistake there, and first pitch swinging is Castillas. He'll fly out to center field. So Bauer comes on to retire 2 hitters in a row to retire the side, but the Express get back into it with a 4-run inning. 4 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits, 1 costly Royals error, and 1 runner left on base. Your new score after 4.5. We're halfway home. It's Winchester 8, Strasburg 5. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Royals lead it 8-5. The Express will go to the bullpen once again. Will Hummel, right-hander from the University of Pittsburgh, will come on to pitch. Hummel, the 3rd pitcher for the Express. The 4th name I've written down because we had the 2nd guy wrong. Hummel, a right-hander. Hummel making his 9th appearance on the season. They're all in relief for the Express. He's worked 8 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. They're all earned. He's walked 9, struck out 15. He's 0-1 with a 4.50 earned run average. Marshall Lipsy will lead it off. Lipsy is 0 for 1. He's walked and struck out. Obviously facing Hummel for the first time. Trying to get you some numbers on Gavin Lill. Lill had a 1-2-3 third inning and then gave up 4 runs in the 4th. First pitch to Lipsy off the catcher's glove and all the way to the backstop, 1-0. He walked 1, 2, struck out 2, 3, struck out 3, no hit batters. So Lill goes 2 innings, 4 runs, they're all earned, 3 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He will not figure in the decision tonight. The fastball's inside, 2-0. Now the Royals, who scored 4 in the 3rd, gave them all right back in the 5th. Got to go back to work here, leading at 8-5. As we play the middle 3rd of the game, the 2-0 to Lipsy, swung on and missed. He chased ball 3, 2-1 the count. Saw that fastball up around his chest, led her high and swung through it. 299 the attendance here this afternoon for the Royals. The Royals thank you and hope to see that plus more tomorrow night. That fastball on the outside corner evens the count 2-2. That's that fastball on the outside corner that we've seen called more times than not tonight, but not every time. The 2-2 to Lipsy, that's downstairs. Count runs full, 3-2. Lipsy with good speed. The Royals like to get him on base and see if they can't jumpstart another inning here. 3 runs in the 1st, 4 in the 4th. They lead at 8-5 Swung on, foul tipped in the catcher's glove, and Lipsy down on strikes for the second time in a row. Now to bring up Christian Amaro. 3 times in 5 innings, the Royals got the first 2 hitters on base. In all 3 of those innings, the leadoff hitter came in to score. In fact, in 2 of those 3, 2 of them came in to score. And 3 of them came in to score in 2 innings as well. Amaro walked and scored his first time up. He had a home run hack, comes up empty, 0-1. Amaro then back to the top of the order for the Royals, which has been very productive for Winchester here tonight. Wall and Durschlag, 5 runs, 5 hits combined in the 1-2 spots. The 0-1 off the plate for a ball. Count evens at a ball and a strike. Both teams back in action tomorrow night. Both teams at home tomorrow night. Strasburg at home to take on the Front Royal Cardinals. The Royals right back here to take on the Woodstock River Bandits. The 1-1 swung on and missed. 1-2. Another home run hack. He comes up empty. Couple 4 guys playing catch in the Strasburg bullpen. Looks like 4 pitchers playing catch with each other, so nobody up on the mound getting loose yet, but that could change at any moment. The 1-2 upstairs, count evens up 2-2. And it looks like 2 of them are going to sit down, just up trying to get a little bit loose. The 2-2 off the plate for a ball, 3-2. And the other 2 just kind of tossing back and forth, so no action to speak of in the Strasburg bullpen. The 3-2 pitch from Will Hummel. Strike 3 called. He took a fastball right down the middle, and Hummel struck out the first 2 he's faced here in the 5th. Shanley Wall will come up. He's 3 for 3 with 3 runs scored. Royals have 9 hits. They've been scattered between the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hitters. First 6 hitters in the lineup. First pitch to Wall. Off the plate for a ball, and there's that borderline fastball in the outside corner that's 50-50 whether it's been a strike or not. The 1-0 fouled out of play. Count evens up 1-1. Hummel's 1-1. Popped it up. That's going to be right on top of us. And it'll hit top of the press box and bounce into the parking lot, hopefully nowhere near my car. 1-2 the count on Wall, 2 outs. Royals trying to get some of those runs back they gave up in the top of the 5th. The wind, the 1-2 downstairs, count evens up 2-2. These 2 teams combined for about 140 stolen bases, and we have seen none through the first half of the game here this afternoon. That's not true. Take that back. The 2-2 downstairs for a ball, 3-2. The Express have gotten a couple. Chisholm stole 1. I think that's the only stolen base that's been credited so far this afternoon. So Chisholm with the only stolen base. 3-2 to Wall. Upstairs, ball 4. So Wall will take the pitch on the inside part and flip the bat toward the dugout, and he'll be a 2-out base runner now for Durschlag. Wall remains perfect, 3 for 3 with the walk. He scored 3 times. Durschlag 2 for 2 with the walk and 2 runs scored. The next 4 guys in the lineup have all driven in 2 runs here this afternoon. Durschlag with his first 2 hits of the year, his first 2 at-bats. Fastball off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He has not driven in a run or picked up an extra base hit yet. Of course, he's had 2 official at-bats as a Winchester Royal. Check of the runner at first, the 1-0. Foul tipped as he tried to get out of the way, and it looked like it might have hit the knob of the bat. So it'll be a foul ball. Count evens 1-1. 2 outs, runner at first. Royals lead it 8-5. They've out hit the Express 9-6. Royals have made the only error of the game, and no sooner than I say they hadn't made an error in the last 3 games, they make an error. You'd think I'd learned by now. Hummel comes set. He'll check the runner throw to first, and Wall is back in time. And Carlo at first telling him to throw the ball up in the air a little bit as that sun is at that point of the day now where it's real tough on that first baseman down there. That's the disadvantage of playing 5 o'clock games. That sun is in a bad spot for the first baseman. The 1-1. Popped it up. Carlo giving it a look. He's going to come over near the fence, and he is going to run out of room as it'll fall beyond the Strasburg dugout, out of play. 1-2. Wall at first will be off with the swing of the bat. And he'll try to see if he can't make his way around the bases if Durslag can run one up the alley. A ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Check of the runner, the 1-2. And the dirt is going to get away, but now Wall's going to take off. Throw down to second is going to be not in time. I got to believe they'll score that a pass ball. As Wall was bluffing going, he didn't go till the ball got away from Garcia. In any event, he'll be at second now with 2 outs for Durslag. 2-2 the count. We'll check the scoring on that here in a minute. Durslag a chance to drive one in now. The 2-2 popped out of play. We'll do it again, 2-2. It is a pass ball charged to Garcia. 2-2 the count now to Durslag. And Wall, he could have taken third standing up if he wanted to. He was halfway to third, and he slammed on the brakes figuring that Hummel was going to spin and throw to second, but he never did. The pitch was upstairs, so it's 3-2 now on the Royals left fielder. Payoff pitch due. Big deep breath, Wall off to third. Foul tipped into the screen. We'll do it again, and Wall's going to have to go back. He figures he got that far on the pitch before. He was going to take it this time. Hummel is pretty much taking one look at Wall at second base, and then he's coming to the plate. This would be a great time to one look and then spin and put a pick off on, because Wall is taking some big liberties after that first look. Hummel comes set. He'll take a look. Wall's off. The 3-2. Ball 4 outside, and that one not as close to the borderline strike on the outside corner that we've seen. It was definitely off the plate, and Durslag remains perfect tonight as he walks for the second time in a row. And now Hernandez just one hit, but he's walked and scored. He's driven in 2 and a chance to get some of those runs back for the Royals. Royals trying to come up with a little 2-out fire here. A couple 2-out walks. First pitch to Hernandez. Wall is jockeying around at second base, and now the spin and throw to second is, you knew that was coming the way Wall was jockeying around at second base. And Wall knew it was coming too, because as soon as Hummel spun, he headed back to the bag and was back standing up with nobody covering. So now the first pitch due to the Royals' first baseman, Jalen Hernandez. That's downstairs for a ball, 1-0. So he struck out the first 2 he faced. He's walked the next 2. Hummel comes set. Checks Wall. The 1-0. That's lined into right field for a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Wall. The throw to the plate is going to be cut off, and Wall's going to slide in safely as Carlo cut it off, but I don't think they would have got him anyway. It was going to be up the first base line. So Hernandez rockets one into right field, picks up his third RBI of the game, his second hit, and the Royals get one of those runs back. Durslag goes first to third. He's at third now with 2 outs for Austin Lafferty. We'll see how the Royals play with Hernandez at first and 2 outs, with Big Austin at the plate. A chance to drive in some more for Lafferty. It'll be his 21st RBI of the season. Third of the game. First pitch to Lafferty. In there for a strike, 0-1. Hernandez 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts, if you're thinking along those lines. The 0-1 grounded toward third, but he'll be foul. Breaking ball that Lafferty was out in front of. 0-2 the count on the Royals. Designated hitter Austin Lafferty trying to pick up his third RBI of the game. The Royals back to a 4-run lead now, 9-5. The 0-2 fouled out of play. We'll do it again, 0-2. Wall, Durslag, Hernandez all with 2+ hits. Hernandez, Lafferty, McGinnis, and Mosh all with 2+ RBIs. As we play here in the bottom half of the fifth, the Royals trying to get to double figures here. The 0-2 to Lafferty. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. He's been inconsistent with that pitch. He has called it a strike, but not every time. And Lafferty will go down looking. So Hummel will strike out the side, but in between, a couple of walks and an RBI single by Jalen Hernandez for the Royals. A run on a hit. There were no errors, and they'll leave 2 on base. Your score after 5. Winchester 9, Strasburg 5. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 6th. Royals lead at 9-5. 6, 7, 8 to hit for the Express here in the 6th. Garcia, Curley, and Carlo. Garcia 0 for 2. He's grounded out and popped out. Reed Bauer back to the mound for the Royals. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. Strasburg has 6 hits, all by 6 different guys. The Royals 10 hits, and they've had several double up. But all 10 of their hits have been from the first 6 guys in the order. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Count even, a 1-1. Tap foul at the plate. 1-2 the count. Tap down the first base side. Bauer off the mound, and he'll flip to first in time. So Garcia will tap out to the pitcher. Bring up Miles Curley. Curley 1 for 2 with the run scored. Oh, I'm way behind on the runs for the Express. I got to get a couple guys some run scored. Fouled into the screen, 0-1. The 0-1. There's that outside corner, strike 2. Popped him up. Hernandez has plenty of room. Is Curley not happy? He spikes his bat. It flips several times on its way back to the Strasburg dugout, and he'll pop up to first for the second out. Then bring up Randy Carlo. Carlo 1 for 2, scored a run. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. So Bauer trying to send the Express away in order. That outside corner goes way of the Express. Count evens up to 1-1. The 1-1 popped it up. That'll be out of play, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're on the top half of the 6th. The Royals lead at 9-5. Get through the middle of the game and then try to win the back half as that fastball letter high gets rifled into center field for a base hit. Second hit of the game for Carlo. And he's the first Express with multiple hits here this afternoon. Now bring up Bianchi. He's perfect at the plate, 1 for 1 of the walk and a run scored. Royals would like to get him out of there and have the top of the order lead off the 7th inning. First pitch, outside corner, called a strike. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 throw to first back in time. Here's the Strasburg first baseman, Randy Carlo the 4th. The 0-1, that'll miss outside. Count evens up 1-1. Nice little contingent of Express fans in attendance here this afternoon. Hopefully a bunch of you sitting at home listening over the airwaves that couldn't get up here. They dive back into first and he's safe. Count holds at 1-1. 7th hit of the game for the Express. That's fouled out of play toward the Royals bullpen. The count 1-2. Two outs here in the inning. Back to the top of the order. If the Express shortstop can extend the inning here, there are 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 0-2, and that almost hit him as he came way inside with the breaking ball and able to get out of the way to even the count 2-2. Check of the runner at first, the 2-2. Lifted toward left field. Coming in is Thurslag. Going out is the Royals shortstop McGinnis, and McGinnis will make the catch running away from the infield. It didn't look like Thurslag was going to be able to get to it, but McGinnis tracks it down in shallow left field to retire the side for the Express in the 6th. No runs a hit, nowhere's a runner left. Your score after 5.5, Winchester 9, Strasburg 5. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Royals lead at 9-5. New pitcher for the Strasburg Express. Left-hander from Troy University, Connor Burt. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with the Strasburg Express and wonder if he might be related to the starting pitcher Evan Burt, it's not spelled the same way, so no, he is not. Connor Burt making his 7th appearance all in relief for the Express. He's worked 8 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 run. It's earned. He's walked 3, struck out 11. He's 1-1 with a 1.12 earned run average. 4th pitcher of the game for Strasburg. He'll face McGinnis, Mosh, and Bruce. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Evan Burt spells it B-E-R-T. Connor spells it B-U-R-T. And I said 1-1 for Connor. Swung on and missed, 0-2. Hummel goes an inning. He strikes out the first 2 guys he faces, but then gave up 2 walks, a base hit. So he'll go an inning, give up a run. It's earned, a hit, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. There was a pass ball in there, and he will not figure in the decision here this afternoon either. The 1-2 grounded toward third. Up with it is Curley. He'll fire onto first. It's going to be not in time and dropped at first base. So I think the umpire was going to call himself safe anyway. I think Curley took his time, took an extra hop to throw it to first, and McGinnis beat it, but it didn't make any difference because Carlo dropped it at first anyway. And they're going to give McGinnis an infield hit. And again, I think Curley thought he had more time than he really did, as he took that extra hop and threw to first. Bunted down the third base line. Up with it is the pitcher. He'll fire on to first, and he'll throw in the dirt. It's going to get by and go all the way to the right field fence, and the Royals are going to have runners on second and third with nobody out. So Mosh will be credited with a sacrifice. And then the throwing error on Burt allows both runners to move up to second and third. It'll be the second error of the game. First one for Strasburg. Both errors, well, no, the other error went on the Royals catcher. But now Landon Bruce has the chance to drive in some runs here and get a couple more back for the Royals. Strasburg shortstop back all the way. Everybody else halfway in the infield. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. And I'm guessing if they get to 0-2, and they can't get to 0-2 now, it's 1-0. And with that, Garcia's going to go out and have a chat with his pitcher and maybe talk about the signs with the runner at second base now. So Mosh dropped the bunt down the third base line. Burt came over and fielded it in plenty of time, but he one-hopped the first baseman, then it got past Carlo down the line, and everybody moved up to second and third. Now Bruce 1-0, and everybody still halfway. Curley in about a step behind the green cutout on the turf. Everybody else halfway. Swung on and missed. Good fastball there, 1-1. So something hit sharply at somebody. They might come to the plate. Otherwise, they're going to first, taking the out. Down 4 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. That's in there for a strike. And now let's see if they bring him in 1-2. Bring everybody in on the cut of the grass. 1-2. They will not. They will stay halfway. So Landon Bruce a chance to pick up an RBI here. The 1-2. And he'll ground it toward third. Coming to the plate is the throw. The throw is going to be in time. They called him out. The throw definitely beat him, but I'm not sure there was a tag there. So McGinnis will be thrown out 5-2. And I think that's the one place that if you hit it, you're not coming to the plate, as he was the one that was in on the grass. And I thought he might have slid around the tag, but called out at the plate for the first out of the inning. Bruce will reach on the fielder's choice. And now the Royals have first and third with 1 out for Lipsy. Slider in the dirt. Now the runner will take off for a second, and he didn't take off till the ball was in the dirt, so we'll see if they score that a wild pitch or give him a stolen base on it. It is scored a wild pitch as he wasn't going until the ball was downstairs. Chance for Lipsy to drive in two. The Royals get it right back to second and third now with one out after the wild pitch. Fastball in there for a strike, evens the count at 1-1. Lipsy, then Amaro. These two guys have struck out 3 out of 4 times here this afternoon. Chance to drive in some runs now. Lipsy takes one downstairs for a ball, 2-1. That was a borderline pitch that must have been called low because it certainly wasn't in or out. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out. Royals trying to add on to a 4-run lead. 2-1. Swung on and missed. Count evens up 2-2. Lipsy had a pretty good hack, but couldn't connect, and it's 2-2. So a leadoff single by Connor McGinnis. The Royals had second and third with nobody out there. They're now with 1 out. The 2-2 to Lipsy. He'll swing on miss, and he struck out for the 3rd time in a row. Now the Royals, which started out as a very promising inning, will come up to Christian Amaro. Amaro's 0 for 1. He's walked and scored. He's also struck out looking. Switch hitting catcher will go up right-handed this time with the left-hander on the mound. First pitch off the plate for a ball, nothing, or 1-0, and if anything that scores now will be unearned, as the Express by all rights should be out of the inning. With the air putting runners on second and third, 1-0 to Amaro as he tries to cash in a couple runs. Grounded towards short. Bianchelana up with it. He will fire on to first. Nice easy toss to retire the side. So the Royals get the first 2 guys on in scoring position and can't move them around. No runs ahead. There was 1 error. Doesn't hurt the Express, and the Royals will leave 2 on base. Your score after 6. Winchester 9, Strasburg 5. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 7th. Royals lead at 9-5. This is where you talk in the dugout. All right, you got to win the last third of the ball game. You win the last third, you get out of here with the victory. And you can tell everybody you've beat the first place team 3 out of 5 times and not have to deal with Strasburg again until next Saturday night. In the meantime, you got 3 games against Woodstock. Or I'm sorry, 2 games against Woodstock before you see Strasburg again. Leading it off, top of the order, Anthony LaSala. He is 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 fouled out of play, 0-2. And the really nice thing about playing 5 o'clock games is if you get a win, you get to go home and kind of watch what everybody else is doing and seeing who you get a gain on. Pitch stays upstairs 1-2 because you know you're going to gain a game on Strasburg if you stay here, and then you're gaining on 2 other teams. Which 2 is it going to be? The 1-2 hammered but foul. 1-2 the count remains. But a lot of things got to happen before. And now the umpire steps out, is having a conversation with LaSala. I don't know what this is all about. He doesn't make any indications to anybody. Just seeing how his summer's going, I guess. 1-2 the count on the express leadoff hitter. Swung on and missed. He chased one out of the zone, and he is down on strikes. Bauer in for his second full inning of work. He came on in relief in the 5th, retired the only 2 hitters he faced then. Got 3 out of the 4 in the 6th, and now gets the leadoff hitter here. And this one's fouled out of play. Connor Chisholm. Chisholm 1 for 3 with an RBI, a run scored, and a stolen base. Royals lead it 9-5. We're in the top of the 7th. The 0-1. That'll miss outside. Count evens 1-1. The 1-1. That'll miss outside. 2-1. And don't take anything away from the Woodstock River Bandits. They got themselves a fine baseball team, but they've lost 4 in a row. And when somebody's struggling, that'll miss high and in. 3-1. When somebody's struggling, you got to take advantage of it and beat up on them, especially when you're trying to pass them. The 3-1, that's high and away, ball 4. So after striking out the leadoff hitter, he walks Chisholm on 5 pitches, and he's on for the second inning in a row, second at bat in a row. That'll bring up Cade Carr. Carr's 1 for 3. He struck out his last time, but reached on the wild pitch and then the throwing error by Amaro. He was forced out at third, or not forced out, he was thrown at third trying to advance on a ground ball, and that one's upstairs for a ball. 1-0. Royals would like to see a ground ball here, see if they can't get out of the inning. The 1-0 to Carr. Popped it up. Hernandez was letting everybody in the ballpark know he's going to take that one, and he does. When there's a pop-up near Hernandez, there's no question who's taking it. And he'll put that in his back pocket for out number 2. Big out there for the Royals here in the 7th. And that'll bring up Angelo Prieto. He is 0 for 3. He got an RBI on a fielder's choice his last time up, but he struck out and reached on the fielder's choice, swung on and missed, 0-1. Bauer trying to work around a 1-out walk here in the 7th. The 0-1. Lifted towards center field. Wall's going to have to come a hurry, and he's not going to be able to get to it. It is off the end of the bat, first to third for Chisholm, and now nobody covering second base, and good base running by Prieto. He'll move up to second. Everybody in the middle infield was chasing that off the end of the bat as they knew Wall wasn't going to be able to get to it. And when it dropped into center field, there was nobody covering second base. And it'll go as a base hit. And he'll move up on, well, nobody covering the bag is all you can say. And now Castillo's got a chance to pull the Express to within 2 of the base hit here. Second hit allowed by Bauer since he came in. First pitch misses inside for a ball, 1-0. He would absolutely love to get Castillo out here and have Garcia lead off the 8th inning with a 4-run, at least a 4-run lead. The 1-0 lifted toward left field. Dershowitz going back on it. He will make the catch. Castillo hit it pretty good, but that wind held it up, and Dershowitz ran it down with no problem. So the Express threatened here in the 7th with a couple of base runners, but can't move them around. For Strasburg in the 7th, no runs a hit. There were no errors. They leave 2 on base. Your score after 6.5. Winchester 9, Strasburg 5. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Strasburg will go to the bullpen once again. Hayden Fravel on the pitch for the Express, left-hander from Lebanon Valley College. Fravel making his 5th appearance, all in relief. He's worked 4 innings, allowed 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 are earned. He's walked 5, struck out 4. He's 1-0 on the season with an earned run average of 4.50. Connor Burt cannot get a decision here this afternoon. He'll go an inning, no runs, 1 hit, no walks. He struck out 1. He did throw a wild pitch, and he left a couple runners on in scoring position last inning to keep the Royals off the board. Fravel, the 5th pitcher of the game for the Express, will face the top of the Royals order. Wall, Durslag, and Hernandez, who have had themselves quite a night. If you've got those 3 on your fantasy team, you're doing okay here this afternoon. Those 3 guys have combined for 7 hits, 6 runs, and 3 RBIs. Wall is 2 for 2. He's walked twice. Wall is 3 for 3. He's walked once. He scored 4 times. And he'll lead it off here in the 4th. 3rd time he's led off. And the first 2 times he reached on base hits and scored. First pitch to Wall. In there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 to Wall. That'll miss upstairs. Count evens 1-1. The 1-1 to Wall. That's that outside corner that has been all or nothing for pretty much everybody tonight. 1-2 the count on Wall. Is that one called a strike? The 1-2 to the leadoff hitter for the Royals. That's downstairs for a ball. 2-2. The 2-2's downstairs for a ball. 3-2 the count. That strike 3, you got to be kidding me. That ball was in the dirt, and Wall can't believe it. There have been some bad calls beyond the plate tonight, but that's the worst one right there. Breaking ball in the dirt, called strike 3 on Shanley Wall. That was pretty bad right there. First pitch in there to Durslag. The 0-1. That's in there for a strike. 0-2. That misses downstairs for a ball. Count evens up. I'm sorry, 1-2 the count, not even up. That one tap foul at the plate. 1-2. And a correction to the numbers for the top 3 guys. The Royals, 8 runs on 7 hits and 3 RBIs. The 1-2, that'll miss outside. 2-2, and I probably should wait on that outside pitch to see if it's called a strike before saying one way or another. So Fravel strikes out the first one he faces. He's 2-2 with 1 out here in the 7th. swung on and missed. He threw a fast by Bird Durslag, and he struck out the first two he's faced here in the seventh. And some excitement from the Strasburg contingent in attendance here. That'll bring up Jalen Hernandez. Hernandez working on a perfect night, and as were the two guys before him before they both struck out. Hernandez 2 for 2 with a walk. Sacrifice fly. He's driven in 3 runs, scored twice. First pitch. There's that outside corner, 0-1. So Fravel working on the second 1-2-3 inning of the game for the Express. They haven't had one since the third inning. The 0-1. Downstairs. Count evens up 1-1. Hernandez last time up, his last 2 times up, RBI singles. After a sacrifice fly in the second, walked and scored in the first. He's pushed his team high RBI total to 21 here tonight. That fastball up the plate, 2-1 the count. Fravel comes set, his 2-1. Swung on and missed, had a home run cut, came up empty, saw a hanging breaking ball, and he tried to put it out on Cincinnati Road. And nothing to show for it, and I guess at this point it's still Cork Street, so Cincinnati Road doesn't start for another couple blocks down the road. The 2-2 grounded towards short. Piachalata up with it, sets his feet. He'll throw high to first. He's got to be safe. And I got to believe that'll go as another error on the Express. The high throw pulls Carlo off the bag, and Hernandez able to leg it out. And he'll be a 2-out base runner on the second error of the night for the Express. And again, it looked like he just took an extra step and looked up and realized that Hernandez was getting down the line pretty good. He better rush the throw, and he threw it high. Carlo had to come off the bag to make the play, and he is safe at first for Austin Lafferty. That's downstairs, gets away from the catcher, and Hernandez will take off the second. And we'll assume that'll go as a pass ball. As Garcia had trouble hanging on to it, and then once it slipped away from him, Hernandez down to second, and he'll be there with 2 outs for Lafferty. Lafferty 1 for 3 with a couple of RBIs. Tap foul, 1-1. Hernandez with 3 RBIs, Lafferty, McGinnis, and Mosh each with 2. Lafferty trying to become the 5th Royal with multiple hits here this afternoon. The 1-1 downstairs for a ball, 2-1. Nothing going on in the Strasburg bullpen, but a bunch of guys standing around having a conversation, maybe a little game of hacky sack going on. The 2-1. That'll drop in there for a strike. 2-2 the count on the Royals designated hitter Austin Lafferty. Fravel's 2-2. Strike 3 called, and Lafferty down on strikes for the second time in a row, and he is none too happy with that call. No more happy with that one than he was the last time he was called out on strikes. Fravel will strike out the side. There's a error in between. No runs, no hits, an error, a runner left. Your score after 7 remains Winchester 9, Strasburg 5. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 8th. Royals lead at 9-5. Bauer back to the mound for the Royals. He'll face 6, 7, 8 for Strasburg here in the 8th. Garcia, Curley, and Carlo. 9 runs, 11 hits, and error for the Royals. 5 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Express. The 2 errors for Strasburg have not hurt them as they've extended a couple innings, but have not led to any. Well, they have not led to any runs. Jeremy Garcia's 0 for 3s, grounded out twice and popped to the second baseman. He'll lead off the 8th inning for Strasburg. First pitch fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Bauer comes set, his 0-1. That'll miss upstairs, and I got the headphones on. It sounded like the umpire called that pitch a ball before the catcher caught the ball. Unless that was somebody in the stands. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. He chased one up around his eyes. 1-2 the count. Good high fastball, but Garcia got anxious and chased one out of the zone. Bauer sets the 1-2. Lifted toward left field. Should be easy for Derschlag. He'll range back a couple steps and he'll settle under it with about 3 steps before he gets to the warning track for out number 1. So Garcia out for out number 1 here in the 7th, or the 8th rather. Bring up Miles Curley. Curley 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 5th. He's also grounded out and popped out. The first pitch to Curley, and that'll be rifled into left field for a base hit. So Curley, his second hit of the ball game. And he'll become the second guy with the Express with 2 hits on the night, and the other one being Randy Carlo, the 4th. Carlo singled and scored in the 3rd. He's flown to center and singled in the 6th. 2 for 3. 9th hit of the game for Strasburg. First pitch to Carlo into the screen. 0-1. No balls, a strike, 1 out. Top of the 8th. Royals trying to make this lead stand up. Slider downstairs. 1-1 the count. Now you're at the point where you're counting outs. You need 5 outs to chalk up a victory. The 1-1. That's downstairs. 2-1. The Royals, their last 10 games, 5-5, but that's only good enough to gain 2 games on both Newmarket and Woodstock. The 2-1 in there for a strike as Percival finished 5-5. Front Royal was, I think Front Royal was 6-4, 7-3. The 2-2. That one should have been strike 3, but didn't get called. Strasburg 8-2, so you go 5-5. You lose 3 games to Strasburg and 2 games to Front Royal, and you're playing the best you've played in a while. Nice pick by Hernandez at first to save an error on the Royals pitcher as he one-hopped the throw to first. Count runs full on what should have probably been strike 3. Payoff pitch, fouled into the screen. We'll do it again, 3-2. The 3-2. That's line toward left. That's going to drop down for a base hit. Going first to third, and he's going to be cut off. A nice job by Derschlag to get to the ball and throw back behind the runner at first. And Carlo had to scramble back as he thought that was going to be a double all the way. But Curley slammed on the brakes at second base, and Carlo had to scramble back to the bag. But for Randy Carlo, the 4th, his 3rd hit of the game, that'll bring up the Strasburg shortstop with runners on first and second and 1 out. Chance to get a little bit closer for Strasburg. Bianchina, the Royals, or the Express shortstop, 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Doesn't look like a whole lot of anything going on in the Royals bullpen right now. And they're going to have, well, they may have a guy down there already loose and ready to go, as this will bring a visit from the dugout. So Boyer did his job. He came in and stopped the bleeding when the Royals were in the process of giving up an 8-1 lead. The Royals let the Express get to within 8-5 and then picked up a run to get back on top 9-5. But now first and second with 1 out. We'll see what the decision's going to be. There's been no indication yet, and I think he's waiting for the home plate umpire to come out. And he may be waiting for the home plate umpire to come out so we can give him a couple of pieces of advice on what he thinks about his strike zone. And he's definitely talking to the umpire here. So, don't know what the conversation was with the umpire, but he shook his head, said yes, and everybody's going back to where they were. Certainly didn't look like he was voicing his displeasure with the strike zone, but that's been known to happen. You stand there and wait for him to come out, and then you tell him what you think about what kind of day he's having. 1-0 the count. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. There, it's a strike slider in there, 1-1. Royals would love a ground ball right at one of their middle infielders, but they would certainly take an out any way they can get one right here. The 1-1 swung on and missed. He might have chased one off the plate, although with the way that outside corner's been called here this afternoon, you really can't take a whole lot of chances because you just don't know if it's going to get called or not. 1-2 the count. Boyer trying to come all the way back and get an out here. Swung on and missed, and he does. He just stays on that outside corner. He figures, what the heck, that's where he's been calling it. Let's go to work there, and he gets the strikeout. Second strikeout for Boyer, and that takes us back to the top of the order for Strasburg. Anthony LaSala, he is 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored, and now the Royals have a chance to get out of this with no damage done. LaSala trying to get the Express a little bit closer. Grounded toward third. Up with it is Bruce. He'll run over and tag the bag. So LaSala hit it hard, but right to the Royals' third baseman. And he'll run over and tag the bag to force Curley out. The Express threaten. No runs, 2 hits. There are no errors. They leave 2 on base. Your score after 7.5 remains Winchester 9, Strasburg 5. You listen to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Royals clinging to a 9-5 lead over the Strasburg Express, trying to pick up win number 3 over the Express this season. It'll tie with the most wins against any team this year with both Newmarket and Woodstock. The Royals have beat the southern part of the division 3 times each, if you count this one for Strasburg. It's Percival and Front Royal they haven't been able to figure out a way to beat. Just 1 win against both those teams, 1-4 against Percival, 1-5 against Front Royal. And that 1 against Front Royal just came earlier this week. They'd started 0-5 against the Cardinals. Fravel back to the mound for the Express. He'll face 5, 6, 7. McGinnis, Mosh, and Bruce to hit here in the Royals' 8th. McGinnis 2 for 4 with a couple of RBIs. An RBI double in the first, RBI ground out in the fourth. He also singled and was thrown out at the plate in the 6th. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Royals 3 runs in the first, 1 in the second to jump out to a 4-0 lead. The 0-1 high and tight, 1-1. Strasburg got a run in the third, make it 4-1. The Royals answered with 4 in the fourth, go up 8-1, right back with 4 in the fifth for Strasburg. Royals picked up the last run of the game in the bottom of the fifth, and that's where we are, 9-5. Swung on and missed, 1-2 rather. McGinnis swings over the top of an off-speed breaking ball. 1-2. The Royals shortstop Connor McGinnis. The 1-2 lifted towards center field. Should be easy for Chisholm. He takes a couple steps back. Now he'll come in on it. Throw the glove up and make the catch in center field for out number 1. Jack Mosh, he's 1 for 3. 2 RBIs. He sacrificed his last time up and reached on a throwing error and was stranded at third in the Royals' 6th. The Royals got the first 2 guys on to second and third and couldn't drive them in. Mosh trying to become the 5th guy in the Royals lineup with 2 hits this afternoon. After Mosh, though, the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9. No hits combined. They are 0 for 10 with a couple of walks. That one's downstairs, 2-0. And of course, 2 of those to Brock Keeler before he came out of the game. The 2-0, that'll miss inside, 3-0. So Mosh way ahead in the count here, 3-0, as he tries to become a 1-out base runner for the Royals here in the 8th. Fravel has his sign. He'll come set. A 3-0 delivery. And that's way outside, ball 4. And there's a bunch of people wearing green and gold that if that had been called a strike, they might have come unglued. Mosh draws the walk. He's at first for Landon Bruce. Bruce 0 for 2 since he came in. He struck out and reached on a fielder's choice. Hit a sharp ground ball to third that got McGinnis thrown out at the plate, and then he was stranded at second base to end the inning in the 6th inning. That pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. See how the Royals play at 1-0. Runner at first, 1 out. Up by 4. The 1-0, that's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count on Landon Bruce. Big deep breath from Fravel, the 1-0, or the 1-1 rather, swung on and missed, and 1-2, good off-speed breaking ball there, and Bruce way out in front. The 1-2, that'll miss outside. Count evens up, 2-2. The 2-2 swung on and missed, and Bruce down on strikes for the second out here in the inning, and that'll bring up a pinch hitter for Lipsy. Mikhail Pryor will be the pinch hitter for the Royals. Pryor from Alabama State University. Playing in his 16th game, a .255 hitter, 13 for 51, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. He'll pinch hit here for the Royals in the 8th with 2 outs and a runner at first. First pitch downstairs for a ball. So Lipsy will finish the game 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Let's see what the Royals do with the runner at first and 2 outs. The 1-0 tapped down the third base line, but it'll be foul. And bad break for the Royals. If that stays fair, I don't think anybody's going to get thrown out, but it was well foul. 1-1 the count on the Royals pinch hitter, Mikael Pryor. Frey will come set, the 1-1. That'll miss inside, 2-1. Christian Amaro waits on deck. He will hit if Pryor can extend the inning. The 2-1. That's off the plate for a ball. 3-1. Throw behind. Down to first. Diving back is Mosh. And Carlo tried to hold it on him. He thought Mosh was going to slide off the base, but Jack able to hold on. Three and 1 the count on Pryor. And that will be upstairs, and Garcia wanted that pitch. So the pinch hitter draws the walk. 2 walks in the inning, and the Royals the chance to picks up some 2-out lightning here. But before that happens, we're going to have a visit from the New Market. Good Lord. We've been here for 8 innings. You think I know who you're playing by now. The Strasburg bullpen. There is a couple guys up, but they're throwing the football around, so I don't think they're coming into the game unless they're going to run an end around. So good, nice football game going on in the Strasburg bullpen, but no pitching action, so we'll assume that Fravel's going to stay in the game. And he indeed will. So Amaro will hit. He's 0 for 2. He walked and scored. He's also struck out and grounded out. Royals would like to add on a couple of insurance runs before they head to the 9th inning. First pitch to Amaro. Off with the pitch, the runner from second. He's going to get to third easily. And now Pryor's going to get hung up in between the bases, and now he'll cruise into second. He was trying to draw a throw and get the runner to score from third, but Fravel just kind of forgot about the base runners, and he took one look at Mosh, and Mosh took off for third and got there easily. Then Pryor was kind of dilly-dallying around between first and second trying to draw a throw that never came, so a double steal puts to second and third for the Royals. Some insurance runs in scoring position now for the Royals catchers. He takes a breaking ball downstairs, 2-0. So give Mosh a stolen base, give Pryor a stolen base. And Amaro gets a base hit here, and the Royals have a 6-run lead heading to the 9th. That's upstairs 3-0, and I think the Royals are okay if Amaro draws the walk and they go to the top of the order with the bases loaded and 2 outs and see what happens. The 3-0 to Amaro. Downstairs, ball 4. He walked him on 4 pitches. Third walk of the inning issued by Hayden Fravel. Shanley Wall struck out looking his last time up. You know, he'd like to get some redemption for that, although it was to lead off an inning. He's 2 for 3. He scored 4 times. He's walked twice. He's 3 for 4. 3 for 5 with a walk and 4 runs. First pitch downstairs for a ball. If I look at it long enough, I'll get it right. The 1-0 to Wall. Downstairs for a ball, 2-0, and all of a sudden Fravel, who retired the first hitter, walked the guy and then struck out the next hitter, has lost the strike zone. He's walked 2 in a row, and he's 2-0 on Wall. Now it's 3-0, and a nice job by Garcia to knock it down to keep the runner from coming in from third, as that slider almost skipped past him to the backstop. And you got to believe Wall's taken here if the base is loaded, 2 outs, and a 3-0 pitch coming. The 3-0, that's right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Wall would like to see that fastball again and see if he can't do some damage with it. 3-1. There it is, right back up the middle. One run's going to score. They're going to hold Pryor at third. Getting in on it nicely is Chisholm, and Wall takes a 3-1 fastball right back up the middle for his fourth hit of the game. It'll be his first RBI, and the Royals add on a run. 3 walks have come back to bite the Express here in the inning. And that'll bring up Connie Derschlack. His first game as a Royal. He's 2 for 3 with 2 walks, 2 runs scored, and a chance to drive in his first run as a Royal. It's now 10-5 Winchester, and Derschlack a chance to give the Royals another crooked number on the scoreboard. First pitch, slider will miss inside, 1-0, and after retiring 2 of the first 3 hitters this inning, Fravel has just lost the strike zone. He's walked 2 and given up a base hit. And now the Royals have the chance to put up another big inning, the 1-0. Downstairs, 2-0. Still no action in the Strasburg bullpen, so that's kind of telling us that they're counting on Fravel to get them one more out here so they don't have to use another pitcher. And dare I say it, the 2-0 to Fravel. I said it the other night and it worked out. The Royals score 5 more runs. This game's over. That pitch off the plate for a ball, 3-0, and now Derschlack a pitch away from driving in his first run as a Winchester Royal the easy way. He's looking down at third base. You got to believe he's taking a pitch here. The 3-0. That's in there for a strike. He was taken all the way. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. Now it's 3-1. Now he's got a chance to look for a pitch, something he can drive. Fravel comes set, the 3-1. Big deep breath. And he throws that all the way to the backstop. That was nowhere near the catcher. He tried to overthrow a fastball and he launched it. So Derschlag is going to drive in his first run as a Royal with that swing in the bat. And that's going to bring another visit. So they must have somebody down there loose because they're going to make a move. Pryor will score. Amaro will move to third. Wall to second. Credit Derschlag with his first RBI as a Royal. And we're going to have another pitcher. Fravel retired 3 of the 4 he faced in the 7th, 3 by strikeout. The only runner that got on was by error. Then retired 2 of the first 3 here in this inning, but then he walked 2, gave up a base hit, and he walks another one. And I thought this was the second visit of the inning. I thought they had to make a pitching change, and they do. Oh, they're gonna bring in one of the fielders. Okay, that's what's going on here. So they're not going to the bullpen to bring in a pitcher. They're going to bring in a fielder to pitch. So let's see if we can figure out who's going where. So 19, Randy Carlo the 4th is coming to the mound. And who went to first? Oh, they got a new guy? So while Randy Carlo finishes his warm-up tosses, we'll try to figure out who's where. Looks like Brandon Burkle is going to come in to play first. Brandon Burkle from Indiana University will take over at first, and that will cost the Express their designated hitter, as Burkle will have to hit in that spot. So Burkle will hit for Cade Carr in the number 3 spot. And now Jalen Hernandez, the chance to add to his team high 21 RBIs. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. And now if the Royals score 4 more runs, the game is over. And Randy Carlo is kind of just out there trying to throw strike. He's telling Hernandez what he's throwing. The 1-1. He's like throwing batting practice. He's telling him I'm throwing a fastball, and I think he's catching it from the dugout. They're like, don't tell him what you're throwing. He is. He's telling the hitter what he's throwing. Here it comes, fastball, hit it, the 2-1. And he popped it up towards center field, and that should do it, as Chisholm will come in to make the catch. And Hernandez will probably hear about that, as Randy Carlo will throw a third of an inning to get the Express out of the inning, but he was telling the hitter what was coming, and he got him out. For the Royals, they score 2 runs. They pick up 1 hit. There were no errors, and the Royals will leave them loaded. Your score after 8 complete is now Winchester 11, Strasburg 5. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. To do some scorekeeping updates, Randy Carlo, for you Strasburg fans, is indeed making his first appearance on the mound for the Express, which is why we did not give you his pitching stats. The Royals will make a pitching change. From Shenandoah University, Nick Bell will come on to pitch. Right-hander, plays his home games right here for the Hornets. Right-handed pitcher. Bell making his 6th appearance. He does have 1 start. He's worked 10 in the 3rd innings, allowed 19 hits, 16 runs, 13 are earned. He's walked 4, struck out 13. He's 0-1 with an 11.32 earned run average. He takes over for Reed Boyer, who by all rights probably should be credited with the win if the Royals are able to hold on. Boyer goes 1, 2, 3 and 2/3 innings. He did not give up any runs. Hits. He gave up. Did he really give up 7 hits? No, he gave up 4 hits. Okay, that makes more sense. 4 hits. He walked 1. Struck out 2, and stands to be the winning pitcher if the Royals can hang on here. Nick Bell will face the 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Express here in the 9th, and one of those will be the new first baseman Brandon Burkle, as he'll take over for Cade Carr, as the Express lose their designated hitter by putting in a position player on the mound. Chisholm on the game, 1 for 3. He scored a run. He's also walked and driven in a run. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. 1-0, misses downstairs, 2-0. Nick Bell's job here, throw strikes, get the Royals out of here, and back in the win column with a chance to move into 5th place tomorrow night when the Woodstock River Bandits come to town. And that ball grounded towards second. Mosh up with it. He'll set his feet, fire on to first. That looked like that was going to get into center field, but it didn't come off the bat as hard as it looked like it was going to. Mosh able to range over, make the play, and throw out Chisholm. I'll bring up Burkle, his first at-bat of the game from Indiana University. Burkle, his 12th game, a .316 hitter, 12 for 38, no home runs, 6 RBIs. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. first pitch, or the 0-1 rather, from Bell. Downstairs for a ball. Count 1-1. The 1-1 fouled into the screen. 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 9th. Royals trying to close out an 11-5 home victory over the Strasburg Express. The 1-2. That's downstairs. 2-2 the count. 11 runs, 12 hits, an error for the Royals. 5 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Express. Top of the 9th, the 2-2. Popped it up toward right field. Pryor coming on, and he should have plenty of room and plenty of time to get under it and make the catch. And one thing we neglected to tell you, Miguel Pryor stays in the game to play right field. That'll bring up Angelo Prieto. Last chance for the Express. He is 1 for 4 with an RBI fielder's choice and a single. First pitch swinging toward third. It's going to get under the glove of Bruce. And rounding first and heading to second is going to be Prieto. We'll see how they score it. I think Bruce raised the glove before he had the ball. And it'll bring up Eduardo Castillo. And they will credit Prieto with a hit, his second of the game, give him a double. So Castillo, a chance to extend the game. Slider in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. That'll miss downstairs. Ball and a strike. Both teams right back at home tomorrow night. The Express take on the Front Royal Cardinals in what could be the completion of a suspended game and a regularly scheduled game. I don't know that. Check with your Strasburg people on that to find out if that's the case. The 1-1 will miss downstairs. 2-1. And the Royals right back here to take on the Woodstock River Bandits. 5 o'clock game against the 5th place Woodstock River Bandits as the Royals tried to climb the ladder and get back into playoff contention. The 2-1. That'll miss outside. 3-1. Bell trying to close it out. He'll come set. Check of the runner at second. The 3-1. Strike 2 called, and Castillo's ready to throw the bat toward the dugout and head toward first, but he slams on the brakes, and he'll face a payoff pitch here. 3-2. That's lined in the left field for a base hit. They'll hold the runner at third. And the Express, a 2-out double. Single by Castillo, and they're not done yet. Jeremy Garcia 0 for 4. His job, just keep the inning going. Trying to get the Express another at-bat and see if they can't chip away at this 6-run deficit here in the 9th. There are 2 outs. Slider in there for a strike. 0-1 on the Strasburg catcher, Jeremy Garcia. The 0-1. That's downstairs. Nice job by Amaro to keep that from going to the backstop. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Royals trying to close it out. Strasburg trying to put together a massive 9th inning rally. Massive 9th inning 2-out rally. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Had a home run hack. Comes up empty. It's 1-2. And if I've said it once, I've said it 500,000 times. You just never know in the Valley League. Anything can happen. The 1-2. Swung on and it gets away, and it's going to go all the way to the backstop. Nick Bell gets the strikeout, but It gets away from Amaro, and the inning will continue. Garcia will reach on the wild pitch. The second time that's happened to the Royals here this afternoon. Prieto will score. Castillo moves to second. There is no RBI on the play. But the Express get to within 5. And a long one here makes it interesting. Miles Curley, 2 for 4. First pitch swing, and he pops it up. Hernandez is going to give it a look, but it's going to be well out of play. Not only out of play, but out of the ballpark. So 0-1 the count on Curley. So Bell thought he had the game ended, but the slider bounced away from the catcher, and everybody's safe. There's nobody coaching first base for the Express, by the way. Fastball off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Garcia went to throw his batting glove and equipment to somebody in the first base coaching box, and there's nobody there. The 1-1. That's popped up. That should do it. Mosh going out. Pryor coming in. Mosh calling everybody off, and he'll make the catch to win the game. So the Express don't go quietly, but they do go. For the Express here in the 9th, they get a run on 2 hits. No Winchester errors, and 2 runners left on base. Your final score from Bridgeport this afternoon. The Royals win it by the final score of 11-6. For the Winchester Royals, 11 runs on 12 hits. They commit 1 error. The Express, 6 runs on 12 hits. They commit 2 errors. The Royals improved to 11-16 on the season, 3-2 against the first place Express. Strasburg drops to 17-8 on the season. Winning pitcher, Reed Bauer, the winner. He's 1-0 on the season. No save in the game. And the losing pitcher, Evan Burt, the starter for the Express, he'll drop to 2-1 on the season. He goes 2 innings, allows 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 walks rather, and a strikeout for the Strasburg Express. Bauer goes 3 2/3, no runs. He gives up 4 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts, picks up his first win of the season. For the Express, Randy Carlo IV picks up 3 hits. He goes 3 for 4 with a run scored, and he also came on to pitch a third of an inning to get the Royals out in the bottom half of the 8th. The other multi-hitters for the Express, Angelo Prieto, 2 hits and a run scored, and Miles Curley picks up 2 hits for the Express. For the Winchester Royals, the top third of the order did a number today. 4 hits for the leadoff man, Chanley Wall. He scores 4 times, drives in a run. Newcomer, Conley Derlich, 2 hits. He scores 2 runs, drives in a run to the bases loaded walk. All-star Jalen Hernandez, 2 hits, scores twice, drives in 3 runs. Austin Lafferty, Connor McGinnis, and Jack Mosh all also drive in 2 runs for the Royals, as Connor McGinnis also had 2 hits for the Royals. Again, the Royals win it by the final score of 11-6. Both teams at home tomorrow night. The Royals right back here to take on the Woodstock River Bandits. We'll have it for you at 5 o'clock. Strasburg at home to take on Front Royal. Game time usually is 7 o'clock in Strasburg, but I'm not sure if they're playing the completion of the suspended game or not. So you need to check with the people in Strasburg on that. They may start a little earlier for the completion of a suspended game before playing the regular scheduled game. But either way, our friends in Strasburg will have the call for you down there. Mark Sawyer saying good night from Bridgeport. The Royals win at 11-6. Don't forget, before you go to bed tonight, call your parents, tell them you love them. While you're at it, call your aunt and your uncle, and we will talk to you tomorrow night from Bridgeport Field. Good night, everybody.